As hard as a writer might try, it's unlikely they will ever be able to read their manuscript as an objective reader. The fictional world we've created and carry within us informs our characters, dialogue, and descriptions as we read our manuscript. We know the complex backstories, the inner motivations and yearnings, the buried secrets and unspoken truths. At its most basic, feedback offers us insight into the reader's experience. Where does the clarity falter? Where does the narrative become muddied or confused? Which characters are engaging and sympathetic? Which remain remote and impenetrable? A novel is written to be read, and our early readers provide the first gauge of that experience. Writing a novel can also be seen as a narrowing of perspective. The writer delved so deeply into their character's journey that they lose objectivity, come to see dramatic scenarios and events playing out in only one way. Feedback can help loosen that narrative rigidity and offer the writer choices they may not have considered, flexibility and options, rather than one absolute way of telling the story. Feedback can tell us what we're doing right, which is sometimes more important than finding out what we're doing wrong. Losing perspective in a novel can often mean that a writer has no sense of what's working, if indeed anything's working at all. Hearing a particular character is deftly drawn, or that a certain narrative line is filled with emotional tension, can help the writer understand what they should be doing more of, or which tools they might be able to apply to weaker areas. Feedback can also help identify a writer's problematic quirks, language biases, and story habits. Perhaps there are far too many moments when your character bursts into tears, or you have a tendency to list when describing. Does the word pastiche appear 25 times in your story? Or are there too many deaths to make the story plausible? An early reader will pick up on repetition, heavy-handed style, or bad narrative habits that a writer often misses when reading their own work. Finally, feedback can help with troubleshooting. Perhaps there are problems you've recognized but don't yet know how to fix, or areas you suspect might be problematic but can't quite articulate why. And perhaps there are problems you haven't even anticipated yet. Feedback offers the invaluable gift of a fresh set of eyes, the opportunity to hear another person's interpretation of your manuscript's problems. And most importantly, the chance to brainstorm and blue sky potential solutions together. While a writer might initially bristle at the idea of someone finding more problems in the manuscript, who needs more problems? It's far better to find them and fix them now, during the feedback and rewriting process, than to have a reviewer point them out after publication.